politicians and pandering. They go together like chocolate and peanut butter. New York Rep AOC busting out a fake Southern accent at a Memphis rally for U.S. House candidate Justin Pearson. Won't you just take a gander at this? Why don't you?
We cannot afford to leave Tennessee behind. We cannot afford to leave Kentucky behind, Alabama behind, Mississippi behind, Georgia behind, South Carolina behind.
She's not exactly Alexandria from the Bronx with that accent. Charlie, you live in Virginia.
No,
Did that sound awful familiar?
Yeah, I would have given anything to have been there. I would have swooned over it. I just love it. It's so good. I really do think that she is going to be the Democrat nominee because that's where all of the energy is. And that's exactly as far as she'll get. And she will not get any further because of exactly this. Because at the end of the day, she's a faker. And she's got to fake it to and because as we were talking about earlier, she's never had like normal debates about like the issues. And when she does, it doesn't go very well. And I think that, and this whole thing about trying to claim that she's a working class gal. I mean, she's a bartender. I love that. I wish Congress was all the bartenders I ever had. I think that would fix all of our problems. But I don't think she's the bartender that we need as president.
Where everybody knows your name. So this is going to be a very interesting triangulation because AOC is the awful stepchild of Bernie Sanders. And she has also given birth to like replicants. And now she is going to try and make this pivot to the middle, which is a little tougher for a progressive to do. And she's already getting some pushback from the DSA, especially in her own state.
So she is where she is today because she was seen as a very authentic person. Right? So when she ran against the establishment Democrat here and came from out of nowhere and took him out, it was because she was all the things that people have come to love about her. The fakery is what people will not like about her. And they will see typical politician is trying to mold herself into something that she is not.
Who's getting in her head? Who is telling her to do that?
I don't know who her I imagine that it's consultants, or maybe she was just feeling the moment, or maybe she is not as strong and authentic as we were led to believe, right? We've already know, like, yes, she was a bartender. I was a waitress. Do I say that every day? No. I waited tables. I was really good at it, too. And if everything falls apart, I will go back to it in a second. I love the job. But she was from Westchester. She got an economics degree. Like, let's have a debate on the issues. Like, can you imagine her, let's just say, debating Marco Rubio? Just imagine that for the country. Like, what accent are you going to use for that?
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be more interesting seeing her debate someone like Josh Shapiro, because I don't hold Charlie's optimism that she's going to be the nominee. I think when she gets on a crowded debate stage, they are going to come after her. And I think she might wither. I don't think she does well under pressure, to Dana's point.
Again, we've been talking about ideas and how you get people to higher ground in their lives, better schools for their kids, lower costs for and access lower barriers to access to owning a home. There's been so much innovation in technology in the world and certainly in America. So many of the companies are concentrated in an enclave in California. You have $4 or $5 trillion plus companies there. Why is that? Why are people flocking there? That speech she gave there, I think, might have been in my old congressional district. I appreciate any and everyone going there, but what is that going to do for people who live in South and North Memphis who have seen investment flee the area and not good jobs and meaningful opportunities? Why isn't the innovation and technology that is gripping certain parts of the country not gripping Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee? I think we've gotten to a point in our politics where people just think giving a good speech and riling people up and getting on a plane or a bus or whatever the mode of transportation is and doing it again and again and again with no answers is somehow another politics. Politics is about finding common ground with people you disagree with to get the people you care most deeply about, which should be everyone you represent, to higher ground. Everybody needs to get back to that, Democrat and Republican alike. And I fear my party is heading in the wrong direction faster than the other party.
Well, we better hope that Amazon's not trying to go to their district.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Amazon was going to open a huge distribution center in Long Island City, and AOC threw open the door and invited them to get the hell out of the Empire.
25,000 jobs.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been very helpful to the working class that she claims to be a part of. But, Greg, the most delicious part is the cannibalism. It's watching the DSA say that she is too friendly with Israel. Therefore, they don't know if they can support her.
This is what happens. No ideas. They go for people. I think she's an absolute genius. I want to just read her that quote again. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? We cannot afford to leave Tennessee behind, Kennedy behind, Alabama behind, Mississippi behind, Georgia behind, South Carolina behind. She mentions behind 6 times, and all I'm thinking about is her behind. Look, I don't know what she believes in, so I looked it up. Apparently, her issues are Green New Deal. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Medicare for all, affordable housing, economic justice, criminal justice reform. So I wanted to look up debates where she debated these topics, as you said. She's only appeared in town halls, which are usually curated, campaign events, congressional hearings where she gets to pose the questions. But there's never a point where anybody asks her about data or the outcomes, like nobody asked her about the Amazon thing, or how would this work? No one has ever asked her, like, okay, when you close the jails, it's a really simple question, what happens to the criminals? What happens to the victims? You oppose family separations of illegals, but what happens when the adult has to go to jail? How do you convince landlords to rent when you oppose evictions and background checks? How do you explain these things? She's never had to explain anything, which is why almost everything she says isn't memorable, except for when she mentions her behind 6 times.
She was challenged by Margaret Hoover, and she was like, I don't know. I'm not really a foreign policy expert.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the accent she used for that?
Yes, I was like, oh my God, Margaret.
I can't wait to hear her.
Why would you ask me about that? Now she's like, we're not going to leave anybody behind, not Kentucky.
Democrats, this coconut oil we're talking about, this is not going to sell. We have to have ideas.
Yeah.
You tell him, Harold.
Harold Ford for president. People love Harold. Coming up next, could America's next president not be Harold, but...
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.